Hello, in this video we will talk about social conscious and how we can generate it in today's society. I will start by talking to you about forming social consciousness through consumerism. People consume food, drinks, services, technology, clothing, water, and energy non-stop. But it is rarely questioned that 60,000 plastic bags are used every 5 seconds, or the liters of water needed to produce food. Did you know that to produce a tomato you need 13 liters and 15,000 if you want to get a kilo of beef? And behind the textile industry, do you wonder why a t-shirt costs 3 euros or who manufactures it? It is important to know the alarming working conditions in which girls and adolescents as young as 15 works in India, and that 4,000 minors die every day in the world due to water poverty is reason enough to consider what consumption is like in Western countries. Making a responsible consumption is a way to put social conscious. The sustainable dimension will have to do with the capacity that the consumer has to learn, understand, and judge about his social and individual actions and the effects that he has on the nature, in order to make decisions based on the knowledge that one has of the productive processes and how these affect the environment, ecosystems, individuals, and society. Regardless, each individual must consider the consequences of his decision in choosing one or another product or products, service or services on the social and ecological conditions of his region, country, and the planet. What you can start to do is avoiding wasting food, make a critical purchase that has less environmental impact, use public transportation, and take advantage of the collaborative consumption.
Every time, we hear more frequently the need to bet on a sustainable development. Sustainable development is the one that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. We find one of the basic elements of living in society, enjoying individual freedom with respect through basic values towards others. We consider that sustainable development contains three components: environment, society, and economy. The well-being of these three areas is intertwined and not independent. There is a certain tendency to think that environmental and social losses are inevitable consequences of economic development. However, we believe that it would be wrong to classify the development of the economy as the cause of a social and environmental ills. These three concepts feed into each other and need to achieve a balance that contributes to improving the current quality of life without affecting the future. We are living in moments where sustainable development is taking importance, and it seems that we may find ourselves facing the break so necessary to wild consumerism and the culture of everything it's possible. To do this, we count on education as an essential tool for achieving sustainability. We have the responsibility to work and give a new approach to education in its broadest sense. That is, for it to really impact on a sustainability, it would be necessary to modify from the educational systems, the training of entrepreneurs and collaborators in private companies, politicians, etc. We are not facing a solution that applies a modification or a specific change, but must condition the entire change of knowledge and flood the different facets of life with its approach. It is important to create social awareness about the need to bet with each of our actions for sustainable development. Modifying education to achieve this and implies commitment and perseverance by all the people in this world. We need a clear contribution to achieving a balance between society, the environment, and the economy. Not without forgetting that individually each one of us has the opportunity and the obligation to contribute towards sustainable development, which make the world a more habitable place for this and for future generations.
Thank you, guys. My name is Mario Mayen, and it's very important to be conscious and to have social education. As Valentina already said, consuming of products and food is extremely excessive worldwide. These products have plastic bags or packets most of the time, and these have been polluting the planet in a massive way. That's why it is really important to be social conscious and to educate people by changing their habits so the conscience grown in them. For example, separating trash. When we do this, it is easier to select the materials as paper, plastic, aluminum, or PET. As they separate, it is sold to campaigns these one product bags, bottles, and packets that are recyclable. In this way, trash is reusable and it is not thrown to the forest and oceans. So we prevent it from being polluted and we stop killing the animals that live there. For example, the turtles. This habit is really easy, and if we all had this conscience, we could achieve a big result, and it would be a good beginning to start having other conscious actions, like using our own toppers, thermos, and straws. If we use all these items, we wouldn't need to recycle other materials. When going to supermarket or to the mall, using tote bags or even paper bags that we could give several uses. When attending to restaurants and coffee shops or even to cinema, we could bring our toppers and thermos. We will decrease the amount of trash. I think that only me will stop using about 300 items. Imagine it if everybody did that. I think that it's time of making a change, have social conscience and education for the ones that doesn't want to have these habits.
Finally, I'm going to talk about that we are living in a difficult situation because of the pandemic. This has made us socially conscious of our actions that may affect others' lives. We can start implementing some actions that can help us to become a better world. These actions can be: follow the sanitary measures, use face masks, just go out if it is necessary, etc. All the results in taking care not just of us, is taking care of everyone. We also want to create interchangeable support groups by social media for people that were psychologically affected by the pandemic, where they can talk about what they are experiencing and the struggles that have caused them in their lives. It's very important to do all of this because we all need psychological support, not only due to this situation, but in general. Being able to speak up about the things that happen to each one of us. If we feel bad or something hurts, we look for a doctor so he can take the pain away and explain what is. happening to us. Though, if that pain is emotional, we are used to believing that it'll go away any moment and by itself. And that maybe it's enough if we can just lean on those who support us and are able to distract us. However, what happens when any of these things are no longer enough? Psychological therapy can help you fix these types of issues. Among many other benefits, it can truly help you find yourself, communicate, and relate yourself effectively to others as you become more and more able to express yourself and let others do the same. This will directly positively affect your mental health, and it will allow you to find internal peace and focus on your well being. If we work together, maybe one day the problem will be solved. Thank you for your attention.